Welcome, profound seekers of wisdom, to Buddha's story. I'm your host, and for decades, I've delved deep into the intricate tapestry of Buddhist teachings, seeking to unravel the mysteries of existence and illuminate the path to liberation. The empty basin. How letting go unlocks the flow of inner peace. Have you ever felt your mind relentlessly buzzing with thoughts, plans, regrets, and anxieties, leaving you utterly unable to find a moment of true peace? We often desperately yearn for inner stillness, a quiet sanctuary from the mental chaos. But what if the very act of trying to empty your mind, of forcefully battling your thoughts, is precisely what prevents true serenity from blossoming? What if the secret to profound peace isn't about arduous effort, but about a radical act of letting go? Today, we journey into a profound Zen Buddhist parable that unveils the ultimate secret to mental tranquility. We'll witness a young man, tormented by his restless mind, embark on an arduous quest to find an ancient master. His transformation offers a revolutionary insight. True peace isn't found by erasing thoughts altogether, but by cultivating a deep, spacious awareness that allows them to arise and dissolve naturally, without attachment or resistance. This isn't just a story about ancient wisdom, it's a direct, transformative guide for anyone seeking lasting serenity, profound clarity, and a way to navigate life's inevitable mental storms with unshakable inner calm. Prepare to discover why emptiness is not absence, but the boundless space for joy. Chapter 1. Hiroshi's Restless Mind, a Search for Inner Stillness. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among the rolling hills, there lived a young man named Hiroshi. Hiroshi was known throughout the village not for any external conflicts, but for his relentless inner turmoil. He was cursed, it seemed, with a perpetually restless mind, a mental space always buzzing with an incessant cacophony of thoughts, worries, anxieties, and unbidden memories. He found it profoundly difficult to find true peace within himself. This constant inner turmoil affected every aspect of his life, coloring his perceptions and robbing him of genuine contentment. Hiroshi yearned desperately for a way to empty his mind, to find serenity amidst the chaos of his thoughts, to quiet the relentless mental chatter that plagued him day and night. One day, filled with a desperate hope for relief, Hiroshi heard about a renowned Zen master who resided in a secluded temple, perched majestically at the very top of a distant mountain. The master was celebrated for his profound wisdom and his extraordinary ability to guide seekers through the intricate labyrinths of their own minds, showing them the way to inner peace. Intrigued by the compelling stories he had heard, sensing a potential solution to his profound suffering, Hiroshi decided to embark on a challenging journey to seek out the monk and humbly learn the secret to emptying his mind. The journey to the temple was arduous and treacherous, a physical challenge mirroring his internal struggle. The paths were steep and winding, seeming to go on forever, testing his resolve at every turn. Hiroshi's determination, however, fueled by his deep longing for inner peace, propelled him forward, one step at a time, overcoming fatigue, doubt, and the sheer difficulty of the climb. After days of arduous travel, pushing his body to its limits, he finally reached the remote temple, where he was greeted by the serene, almost luminous, presence of the old monk. Hiroshi, exhausted but resolute, bowed respectfully to the monk, his heart full of earnest sincerity. "Respected master," he began, his voice filled with sincere humility, "I have come seeking your profound guidance. My mind is endlessly restless, filled with an unceasing noise of thoughts. I yearn for inner peace, for a quiet mind. Can you teach me, master, the secret to emptying my mind, to finding that serenity?" The old monk smiled knowingly, his eyes reflecting immense compassion and profound understanding. He gestured for Hiroshi to sit beside him, acknowledging his earnestness and commitment. "Emptying the mind is not a task to be accomplished with force or haste," he said gently, his voice calm and clear, like a soothing balm. "It is a gradual process, like the slow unfolding of a flower, that requires immense patience, diligent discipline, and profound self-reflection. Are you willing to embark on this journey, my young friend, and commit yourself to this subtle path?" Hiroshi nodded eagerly, his heart filled with a renewed sense of hope, ready to begin his transformation, no matter the difficulty. Buddhist insight. This opening establishes Hiroshi's deep dukkha, suffering, stemming from his restless mind, which is a direct result of avidya, ignorance, about its true nature, and tanha, craving for stillness without understanding the process. His yearning to empty his mind is a common misconception, often leading to forceful suppression. The arduous journey symbolizes virya, right effort. The monk's initial questions and gentle guidance highlight that the path to peace is gradual and requires commitment, not a quick fix. This sets the stage for a teaching on how to manage thoughts, rather than eliminate them. Chapter 2. The Emptying Basin, a Paradoxical Task. And so, under the gentle yet profound guidance of the old monk, Hiroshi began his transformative training. Eager to learn the secret to inner peace, the master led Hiroshi to a small, serene courtyard, adorned with a beautiful, meticulously kept garden. In the very center of the courtyard, there was a large, ancient stone basin, filled to the very brim with crystal clear water, its surface reflecting the sky. Hiroshi watched intently as the master picked up a simple ladle and dipped it into the basin. Carefully scooping up a ladle full of water, he then poured the water into a smaller, empty bowl, a humble vessel that seemed utterly inadequate for the task at hand. "Now, Hiroshi," the master said, his voice calm but firm, "your task is to empty the basin. You must transfer all the water from the large stone basin to this smaller bowl, without spilling a single drop." Hiroshi looked at the task before him, and he felt utterly puzzled. His logical mind immediately grappled with the apparent impossibility. How could he possibly empty the entire vast basin of water into such a tiny, small bowl? It defied all conventional logic. Nonetheless, his determination, fueled by his yearning for peace, propelled him forward. He accepted the challenge, perhaps hoping for a miraculous technique, and began diligently scooping water from the basin, his movements careful and precise. For hours, Hiroshi diligently scooped and poured, his body aching with the repetitive motion, his mind focused intently on the task. But no matter how hard he tried, no matter how many scoops he transferred, the basin stubbornly remained filled with water. Frustration, a familiar companion, subtly crept back into his heart, and his mind, instead of emptying, became even more restless. Consumed by the paradox of the task, he felt defeated, unable to comprehend the master's intention. The Zen master observed Hiroshi's struggle with a compassionate, knowing gaze. He walked over to the discouraged young man and gently placed his hand on Hiroshi's shoulder, a gesture of profound empathy. "Hiroshi, my dear student," the master said softly, his voice cutting through the young man's frustration. "You are trying so hard to empty the basin, aren't you? But you have forgotten the first and most crucial step. To truly empty the basin, you must first empty your mind." Buddhist insight. This segment is the core upaya, skillful means, of the story. The basin symbolizes the restless, full mind. The smaller bowl symbolizes the limited capacity of the ego to contain vastness, and the act of scooping represents forceful, intellectual striving. The apparent impossibility of the task reveals the futility of trying to force mental emptiness through sheer willpower or external action. Hiroshi's growing frustration highlights dukkha, suffering, arising from tanha, craving for a specific outcome, and avidya, ignorance of the true process. The master's intervention, stating, "To empty the basin, you must first empty your mind," is the turning point, directing Hiroshi's attention from external action to internal transformation. Chapter 3. The Revelation, letting go to let the universe flow. Hiroshi looked at the master, his eyes filled with a mixture of confusion and desperate yearning for understanding. "Master," he stammered, "how do I empty my mind? How can I achieve such a thing when it constantly races?" The master smiled warmly, his gaze compassionate and infinitely patient. "My friend," he said, his voice filled with profound wisdom, "the secret is simple, yet often overlooked. To empty your mind, you must first let go of your worries, your fears, and your attachments. Release your grip on all that fills your mind with restless energy. Focus only on the task at hand, on the present moment itself. Be fully present in this moment, in each scoop of water, in each sensation, and the rest will follow. The emptying will occur naturally." Hiroshi took a deep, cleansing breath, allowing the master's words to resonate within him. He consciously chose to let go of his mounting frustration, his self-reproach, and his rigid expectation of how the task should be done. He stopped trying so hard to force the basin to empty. Instead, he shifted his focus entirely, becoming fully present in each individual scoop of water, savoring the subtle sound it made as it entered the ladle, and the simple sensation of it pouring into the smaller bowl. He released his attachment to the outcome and embraced the process. As Hiroshi emptied his mind, as he released his internal resistance and surrendered to the present moment, something truly miraculous began to happen. Something that defied conventional logic. The basin seemed to respond to his newfound tranquility, to his inner stillness. With each scoop, the water flowed effortlessly, almost as if of its own accord, into the smaller bowl. The immense basin, which had seemed impossible to empty just moments before, gradually, serenely, emptied. Finally, Hiroshi poured the very last drop of water into the small bowl. He looked at the Zen master with profound amazement and overwhelming gratitude, a dawning understanding illuminating his face. "You see, Hiroshi," the master said, his voice soft but resonant with ultimate truth, "when you empty your mind, when you release your grip on desires and worries, you allow the universe to flow through you. You become one with the task at hand, one with the present moment, one with the natural flow of existence. And when you are truly one with the flow, everything falls into place effortlessly. The obstacles dissolve, and the impossible becomes possible." Hiroshi realized that true peace and clarity resided within him all along. A boundless wellspring waiting to be tapped by the simple act of letting go. From that day forward, he carried the profound wisdom of the Zen master in his heart. His mind transformed. Buddhist insight. This is the climactic moment, revealing the paradoxical truth of emptiness, sunyata, and non-striving, anupadana. The effortless flow of water after Hiroshi empties his mind symbolizes the spontaneous manifestation of nirvana when tanha, craving, striving, ceases. His shift from forcing to simply savoring the sound and sensation is the essence of right mindfulness, sammasati. The basin emptying, miraculously, highlights that liberation isn't about acquiring something new, but about removing obstructions, mental clutter. The master's final explanation emphasizes the interconnectedness of mind and reality. When the mind is clear, the world reflects that clarity. This is a profound teaching on samatha, calm abiding, and vipassana, insight, leading to nirodha, cessation of suffering. Conclusion. The unburdened mind, your path to effortless flow and profound peace. The timeless Zen parable of the empty basin is far more than a simple anecdote. It's a profound, living testament to the transformative power of letting go, of embracing non-striving, and of cultivating a spacious, uncluttered mind. It challenges our deep-seated human tendency to believe that force, constant effort, or relentless striving are the only paths to achievement and peace. Instead, it reveals that true tranquility, profound clarity, and effortless effectiveness blossom when we learn to release our grip on worries, fears, and attachments, allowing the natural flow of wisdom and life itself to guide us. Key learnings for your personal Buddha story. True emptiness is not absence, but space. Sunyata, emptying your mind doesn't mean having no thoughts. It means creating spacious awareness that isn't disturbed by thoughts. Thoughts are like water in the basin, they flow. Your mind is the vast space that allows them to flow. Application. Don't fight your thoughts. Instead, practice mindfulness, sati, by observing them without judgment. Recognize that you are the observer, not the thought. This creates a peaceful internal space. Striving can be the barrier, not the path. Forceful effort to control your mind or achieve a goal can paradoxically create more tension and push the desired outcome further away. The trying to empty the basin was the obstacle. Application. When you feel stuck or overwhelmed by a task, step back. Release your rigid attachment to a specific outcome or method. Sometimes, the most powerful progress comes from surrendering to the process and allowing things to unfold naturally. This is right effort, samma vayama, as non-compulsive effort. Letting go, viraga, is the key to flow. Releasing worries, fears, and attachments allows the natural flow of life and wisdom to manifest effortlessly. The cherry blossom tree, from a related parable, gracefully lets go of its blossoms. Demonstrating this principle. Application. Identify what worries, fears, or attachments are currently filling your mind. Consciously practice releasing your mental grip on them. Understand that true peace comes from accepting what is, without clinging or resistance. Presence, sati, is the gateway to effortless action. When you are fully present in each moment, your actions become effortless and effective, as your mind is clear and undistracted. Application. Practice mindfulness in your daily tasks. Savor each scoop, each breath, each step. When your mind is fully engaged in the present, you tap into a state of flow where productivity and joy naturally align. True peace is internal and cultivated. Peace is not found by changing external circumstances or by eliminating all thoughts. It is an internal state that blossoms through patience, discipline, and compassionate self-reflection. Application. Dedicate regular time for meditation, dhyana, or quiet contemplation. Understand that cultivating inner stillness is a lifelong journey. The more you nurture your inner garden, the more profoundly peaceful and effective you become. The Buddha's profound wisdom, beautifully illuminated by this parable, invites us to embark on a transformative journey, from being prisoners of our restless minds to becoming masters of our inner landscape. Living with unshakable peace, boundless clarity, and effortless effectiveness. This is the essence of your authentic Buddha story. Thank you for watching, and may you always carry the profound peace and illuminating wisdom of these stories within your heart. Join our growing community by liking this video and subscribing to Buddha Story, where ancient wisdom beautifully meets modern mindfulness. What basin of worries, in your own mind, will you choose to let go of today to allow inner peace to flow effortlessly? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments below. Until our next encounter, may your path be filled with profound peace, deep understanding, and the radiant light of your own awakening.